Hello, today is January 25th, 2026. I wanted to give an update for the work that's been done over the last 7 or 8 days. And this week, Lifeforms project crossed a silent threshold in that I've been building systems separately for weeks and months. And this week they started to talk to one another and things started snapping into place. But that holistic view, that clarity, exposed what needs to change next. So today I'm going to show what was finished this week, what's matured, and why one of these systems needs to be refactored. Not so much because it failed, but it was built at a time when it assumed a simpler world or a simpler system. So let me quickly let me get to the main crux of what the work that was done this week. And that's the stone circle. I can announce that it's completed. So the sequence last week when I posted was that the bull would walk into this radius and start triggering changes. And a friend of mine asked the question, how do we play this? Perfectly valid question. And I'd been introducing player agency until the systems were stable, but this is now the perfect time to introduce it. So this week, I need him to walk to the spring. So this week I introduced player agency. Now that the wisps discovered a world interaction point, it gives us the option to either engage or ignore it or dismiss it. Once we choose engage, the bull engages and the world reacts. And this is the thesis of this project, is that we're exploring this world with these two guys, with the bull and his wisp. We discover things about this world. We take actions. There are consequences, and the world remembers. So whether it's a positive or a negative change, it is long-lasting. So that's the way this is going. The stone circle is just as a proof of concept demonstration as to what's going on, or what my aim is for this, is that this is a world defined by stewardship and maintaining balance in the world. So if there's desolation, there's growth. Growth brings it to balance. If there's overgrowth or overpopulation, then you need to bring it back into balance. Hence the introduction of predators to bring populations down so that the world or the environment biome doesn't crash. So today I'm announcing that I decided the next creature is going to be the saber-tooth. I won't be able to start on him until mid to late March, but he's next. So that brings me to the next design change, and that is, if you might have noticed before on the totem, there was a attack radius. Again, the way I build these things is initially I get them into a radius and then the world reacts. But that is not going to work with a predator prey. So what's happening now is I've disabled the attack sequence on the totem until I refactor the attacks. So if there's a tiger or saber-tooth coming at the bull, they need to sense each other. They'll sense each other once these spheres collide. I think they're 20 meters, so that within 40 meters, they're going to be aware of one another. And then there's a decision that's going to be made. Fight or flight. And the same sphere can be applied to any other creature. So whether it is a friend, a foe, a mate, a threat, it's all going to be registered within this radius. And that's why the totem's radius had to go. Not only that is because the behavior trees have evolved. So not only does the bull have its behavior tree, the wisp has its behavior. And now the world is starting to react. So previously it was just roaming and grazing. It would flip back and forth. It would give more weight to grazing. But now that there's a world interaction point, you have to be able to prioritize it and stomp any grazing behavior so he completes that interaction without going into ADHD running off in some random direction. And that brought the attack, the totem, into sharp focus. Because the way it was working previously is that it had its sphere, which is now gone. And once Verdi would come to this point, he would come within that range and just do a scripted attack. That can't work. It wasn't sustainable. It assumed a simpler world. There was only, hey, him and this block, this attack totem. So I need to refactor this over the next few days. So what's going to happen, the logic needs to be reworked under the hood so that it's more reliable and scalable. Oh, and I neglected to mention, I closed off the last video by saying that I wanted to resculpt the totem because the materials weren't coming out right. It looked like a piece of wax or chocolate that was sitting in the sun for too long. So this week, early this week, I resculpted it, and it is now looking like a DNA double helix with a crown. I am keeping the eerie glow. I like it. And that's where we are. So stone circle's done. The wisp is done. I do want to make it a little more sensitive while it's scanning. And now he goes. And if I dismiss it, nothing happens. It's our choice. So at this point, this isn't just, it's no longer a collection of features. It's a connected ecosystem where your decisions, reactions, all have consequences. It's a slower build than just scripting radius triggers, but I think it'll be more resilient. And it's where I wanted this project to be before I put my name on it, let alone move forward with it. So, next up, like I said, Rage Totem. And with that, I will close out the video and wish you all a happy week. Till I see you next week. Stay happy, stay healthy, drink lots of water, and hug your parents. And I'll see you next time.